Today we're going to look at some more really cool kitchen gadgets, and we're going to start with this curious looking thing. It's actually two gadgets in one, and it's designed for watermelon. Apparently this piece should remove the skin from the fruit. To start, we need to slice the melon into segments, like this. Then we can use this tool to safely cut in between the fruit and the peel. Let's give it a go. You have to sort of rotate it to match the angle of the skin as you cut through. But yeah, that was really easy. Let's have a look. Wow, it's removed nearly all the fruit from the skin. That's impressive. Let's have another go. It really is easy to use. You don't feel you might cut yourself on anything like you could with a knife, and if there's any fruit left on the skin, you can just take a second pass. I'll definitely be using this gadget again. And of course, if you want to, you can slice up the melon after with a knife. So this piece from the centre is actually for cutting watermelon balls. I'll show you on the other half. The first one didn't turn out very well. It does take a little practice to use. You have to sort of spin it in your fingertips to rotate it and cut a ball. You can see this one's not a bad attempt. And once you've done a few, you'll start to get the hang of it. They're great for decoration or a garnish. For the next one, we're going to take a look at this gadget. It's got a cross blade at the bottom and a plunger here which pushes down from the top. And it's meant to cut small tomatoes or grapes into quarters. So let's give it a go. I'm starting with these baby plum tomatoes. Put one in here and squeeze down the plunger. And, well, yeah, that wasn't really very successful. It kind of just tore the tomato apart rather than cutting it. So I'll try it a few more times. Same again for the second time. Oh, but this time it's actually worked really well. Maybe the first two tomatoes were a little bit soft. When it works right, it's actually a pretty cool little gadget. And when I tried it with these grapes, it seemed to handle them well. For the next one, I'm going to try this really cool looking screw-in squirter gadget. It's designed to spray out fresh lemon juice. And the idea is, we chop the end off a lemon, like this, then screw in the gadget. You can see it's got perforated holes to filter the juice into the squirter. Once it's screwed in, just give it a couple of pumps, and we've got amazing fresh lemon juice. Pretty cool, huh? Perfect for pancakes, salads, or you could use it to stop apple slices turning brown. Did you see my last video all about apples, where I used this really cool gadget? This thing's amazing. You just turn the handle, and it winds the apple forward to peel it. It also cuts out the core, and slices it into a spiral. And if you want to, you can stop it turning brown with a couple of squirts of the fresh lemon juice. Have you tried one of these apple corers? They're really cool. It's got a nice sturdy handle, which gives you a good grip. And it's hinged here, so you can open up the drawer to easily remove the core. Just push it straight down through the centre of your apple, then open it up to remove the core. It's a great gadget and it works really well. The next gadget we're going to look at is this 4-in-1 fruit slicer. It comes with 3 different cutting tools and this sturdy base for holding the fruit. These cutting tools have a very sharp edge to them, so you need to handle them carefully. And as with all new kitchen gadgets, you should give them a really good wash before you use them. We're going to start by trying it on this apple. Place it on the base, then this tool should chop the apple into segments and remove the core. We just hold it centrally over the top and push it straight down. And it's worked really well, taking the core out and giving us these bite-sized segments. Next I'm going to try cutting up a tomato using this tool. It's similar to the last one, but it hasn't got a hole in the middle for coring, and this one's got serrated blades. Let's give it a go. Wow, it slices it really well into these beautiful even segments. Ideal for salads or something if you need a lot of tomatoes. Let's try it again. Yeah, to be fair, it seems to work really well. The final cutting tool should remove the pit from this mango. It's a bit more awkward to stand on the base, and you might have to hold it steady while you sit the tool on top. Then push down, and wow, that's worked really well too. It's given us these two side bits with all the fruit, and removed the centre with the pit. We can of course use a knife to cut off any of the fruit left on the pit. And these outer bits have cut really well, and they look amazing. If you want, you can run it over the lip of a drinking glass to remove the fruit from the skin. Once it's free, you can slice it up with a knife. To keep my knife blade sharp, I'm going to try out this AnySharp sharpener. They claim it's the world's best knife sharpener, so let's take a look. It does feel really well built. It's got this lever on the top which activates the sucker cup on the base. The idea is we put it down on the work surface, then suction it down to hold it firmly in place while we use it. I'm going to be sharpening this knife. But firstly, let's do a paper cutting test, so I can show you just how blunt it is. Rather than cutting the paper, it just tears it. This knife hasn't been sharpened for years, so let's try out the sharpener. So apparently all I have to do is sit the blade in the metal sharpening groove and draw it backwards like this. Do it 3 or 4 times. And that's all there is to it. You can actually see steel filings here, where it's ground down the blade to sharpen it. So let's see how well it cuts paper now. Well, yeah, it's actually done pretty well. You can see it's cut the paper, rather than just tearing it. And using it to chop up this onion, I can tell it really is so much sharper than before. This AnySharp does seem to be a really good product. It's so simple, I really like it, and I'm going to use it to sharpen all my knives. If you want to buy any of the gadgets featured in this video, there's a link in the description below. In the last kitchen gadget video I made, I demonstrated this eggshell cracking gadget. I really liked it, but I only demonstrated it on raw eggs, and people commented saying I should try it on a soft or hard-boiled egg. So today I've boiled some, and let's give it a go. I placed it over the top, pulled back the hammer, and gave it a whack. You can just about see the crack line as a ring all the way around the top. But because the egg is cooked inside, it's bonded to the shell, so I can't just lift it off. I tried using a spoon to get underneath it and prise it up, but that didn't really work either. So I had to dig into the egg to remove it. It has given quite a clean break, but there are fragments still around the top which could fall into the egg or stick to the spoon as you're eating it. So for soft-boiled eggs, I didn't really find it any benefit. Although it does look pretty cool, and it is a great fun product to use. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you want to see more, you can click on the links. Stay safe, have fun, and as always, thanks for watching.